Learn English through story. The Painter and the Unfinished Canvas. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived an artist named Laurent, known far and wide for his stunning paintings. Laurent was a master of color and light. His works were so lifelike that people swore they could feel the warmth of the sun in his landscapes and hear the whispers of the wind in his seascapes. His fame grew with every brush stroke, and soon, his name became synonymous with brilliance. Despite his success, Laurent harbored a secret. No matter how beautiful his paintings were, he had never finished a single one. He always left a small portion of the canvas untouched, a section where the colors remained muted and the details vague. When asked about it, he would smile mysteriously and say, "A masterpiece is never truly finished." Over the years, many tried to decipher Laurent's reasoning. Some said it was humility, a way for the artist to remind himself that perfection was unattainable. Others believed it was a marketing ploy, a way to keep people talking about his work. But no one knew the truth. One day, a wealthy nobleman named Lord Vincent came to visit Laurent. He had heard of the artist's talent and wanted to commission a portrait. "I want you to paint the most important work of your life," Lord Vincent declared, "a painting that will capture the essence of who I am, something that will be remembered for generations." Laurent agreed, and Lord Vincent sat for him every day. As the weeks passed, the portrait began to take shape. The nobleman's sharp features were rendered in exquisite detail, his piercing eyes seemed to follow you across the room, and his posture exuded power and confidence. Yet, as always, Laurent left a small part of the canvas unfinished. Lord Vincent noticed this and was intrigued. "Why do you leave it incomplete?" he asked one day, unable to contain his curiosity. Laurent paused, his brush hovering over the canvas. "Perfection is an illusion," he replied softly. "In life, as in art, there is always something more to be done, another layer to be added. The moment we think we've reached the pinnacle, we stop growing. This unfinished part is a reminder that there's always room for improvement." Lord Vincent frowned. He was a man who believed in finality, in the satisfaction of completion. He couldn't understand Laurent's philosophy, but he respected the artist's skill and vision. When the portrait was finally unveiled, it was hailed as Laurent's finest work. Critics marveled at the way the nobleman's character seemed to leap off the canvas, and yet, as always, they were puzzled by the unfinished section. As the years went by, Laurent continued to paint, each work more breathtaking than the last, each one leaving a small part incomplete. But as time wore on, something began to change. The villagers noticed that Laurent's once vibrant demeanor started to fade. His eyes, once filled with the fire of creativity, grew distant, and his hands, once steady and precise, began to tremble. One day, a young apprentice named Elise joined Laurent's studio. She was eager to learn from the master and dedicated herself to understanding his techniques. But more than anything, she was fascinated by the unfinished canvases. "Master Laurent," Elise asked one day, "why do you leave every painting incomplete? Do you not wish to see them finished?" Laurent looked at Elise, his eyes heavy with the weight of years. "I have spent my life chasing perfection," he said quietly. "I believe that if I left a part of each painting unfinished, it would remind me that there was always more to strive for. But in doing so, I trapped myself in an endless cycle of dissatisfaction. I could never allow myself to feel that a work was truly complete, and because of that, I have never experienced the joy of completion. Elise listened intently, her heart aching for the old artist. But master, she said gently, is it not the journey that matters more than the destination? Each of your paintings, though unfinished, tells a story. They inspire others to imagine what could be, to see beyond the boundaries of the canvas. Perhaps the true completion lies not in finishing the work, but in the impact it has on those who behold it. Laurent stared at his latest painting, the brush trembling in his hand. He had always seen the unfinished parts as a flaw, a reminder of his limitations. But Elise's words sparked a revelation within him. Perhaps, he had been too focused on what was missing, rather than appreciating what was already there. The next day, Laurent did something he had never done before. He finished a painting. He completed the landscape in its entirety, filling in the last strokes with a sense of finality. As he stepped back, he felt a wave of emotions: relief, joy, and a bittersweet sorrow. For the first time, he allowed himself to see the beauty in completion. Word spread quickly through the village that Laurent had finally finished a painting. People flocked to his studio, eager to see the masterpiece. And as they gazed upon it, they marveled at the vibrancy, the depth, and the completeness of the work. But what struck them most was the peace that seemed to radiate from the canvas, as if the artist had finally found what he had been searching for all those years. Laurent continued to paint for many more years, sometimes finishing his works, sometimes leaving them incomplete. But from that day on, he no longer feared the final brushstroke. He had learned that perfection was not in the flawlessness of the work, but in the acceptance of its imperfections, and in the understanding that every creation, like life itself, was a beautiful journey, whether or not it reached the destination. And so, Laurent's legacy lived on, not just through his paintings, but through the lessons he imparted, that in the pursuit of perfection, one must also embrace the beauty of imperfection, and that sometimes, to finish is to truly begin. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.